garment.
Yeah, Shalom. We're live now, so I'm just going to start it off. All right, we're going to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. All right, double honors to the apostles of GMS, or Ruwell, that we learn the truth from, and salutation and blessings unto the hopeful elect. All right, yeah, so the brother, yeah, go ahead.
Khan Thawada. Yep. As well as to you little amount of sisters that believe, peace and mercy to you. So this is going to be another edition of In the News. And then you can see the title. It says, water, not a human right. The times ahead will be evil, but the elect are covered. All right. So there's this article that brings out information on the WEF going in on declaring that water is not a human right. Okay. And I mean, if that's not arrogant, you know, because who are they to declare whether water is a human right or not? But that's just showing you the God complex that these Edomites have. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the Most High said, I'm going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
That's right.
You know, this man's a devil. Water is one of the top necessities and most abundant things on the planet.
That's right.
You know, you used to be able to go to a stream and just drink water. Now you got to go to the fucking store.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, unless you trust that city water, which I don't.
Yeah. So this is from thepeoplesvoice.com.tv, and it says here, as you can see, water is not a human right. WEF orders governments to begin rationing water into homes. All right. And so I'm going to go through, not the whole article, but I'm going to go through some key points in the articles. And then we're going to bring up precepts and edify. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. So it says, as you are no doubt aware, the global elite are making moves to have people own nothing but be happy. The world will become controlled by an authoritarian one world government, and humanity, according to Klaus Schwab, and the World Economic Forum will be enslaved in a totalitarian system featuring mass surveillance, mandatory, jukes, and desperate servitude, right? And it goes on to say, it wouldn't be so. Sorry, down here. In recent years, we have seen the modus operandi play out. The WEF has infiltrated governments across the world, with every left voting nation firmly under their control. Making no mistake, these young global leaders, including Justin Trudeau and Emmanuel Macron, are working hand in glove with Davos to roll out the globalist agenda of the elite. Now, in a disturbing development, the global...
And I must say this, right?
Absolutely.
Anybody that's listening, right, or reading this article, they're going to think we're crazy, right? But you have to understand that there is a thing called a global elite. There are an elite on the planet. You know, the term that they use is called the oligarchy, right? An oligarch, which is a few that control everything, basically. The few at the top. And these guys that you hear about, Trudeau and all these ministers, and they're all just ministers. They're all servants. That's what a minister is a servant. These guys are all front page clowns, They're meant to take the heat, like Fauci. People I want to kill Fauci. He's like the scapegoat. He's the guy on the front lines. He's the face. But there's other people behind you'll never understand and see. You might read about them, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, DuPonts, etc. Right?
Yeah.
But these guys, even like Klaus Schwab, right? He's a top guy because he only comes out when he has to. And then if you people have have any kind of thought or mind for yourself, you'll look up what is the WEF? What is that? The World Economic Forum. When was that created? And why does that affect my life? Who are these people?
Right.
I thought you people have something called elected officials, right?
Right.
You have a democracy that you go to every year, yeah, or every 4 years. Let's go vote, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yeah.
national, for the municipal,
Yep.
provincial, you know,
Yeah, that's right.
and bug outs, man.
That's right, man.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a strong delusion on these
Right.
people.
Hey, they're drunk. They're
Quick
the wine of
precept to what
Babylon,
the
right?
elder mentioned.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your precept?
No, I was going to bring that precept out just to, because the elder
Yeah,
mentioned
go
it
ahead.
simply put in regards to these rulers, and it's prophetic, and we're in that prophecy. Okay. Psalms 2:2. Okay. This is projected right down to our time. Right. Actually, can you read the top verse and the second verse just to bring it together? And I was thinking of another precept. Woe unto them that make unrighteous decrees. But read this one first, brother.
Isaiah 10.
Right, 10 and 1 is
Yeah,
that one.
Isaiah 10.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But can you
This is
read
Psalms
Psalm
2 and 1.
2, 1 and 2?
On Psalms 2 and 1, it says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth are set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying,
Hey,
Let
what are these councils? You people can look them up, right? The Council on Foreign Relations, the Council of what was it, 300, the Bilderbergs, all these different things, right? All these different cults and secret societies. Yeah, your dear President George Bush, right? When he was running, they asked him, "Oh, can you speak about the Skull and Bones? This is your elected official, right? A man of the people, quote unquote." Right? And he's saying, no, I can't speak on that. It's so secret. I can't say anything. So what is that all about? You know, what about the Bohemian Grove? Are all these things conspiracies? You had a president, Richard Nixon. He mentioned the Bohemian Grove. He says that's the most goddamn faggoty thing I've ever been to. Right? So what is that all about? But again, you people are just sheeple, man. That's why you're just gonna be caught out there, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Beautiful.
It says, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." Right. So eventually, ultimately, this new world order that's being established and set up, they want to do away with everything Bible, everything truth. Okay, because really, it's getting to a point where this word is really the menace to their new world order. All right, because this is making them naked. Okay, like the scriptures say, is bringing out all the truth on what they have planned to do. All right, and eventually,
and those bands, brothers, is going into, you know, how they broke up the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Right, how they played divide and conquer. Right, when you look up guys like Willie Lynch, right, the letter that he sent to the plantations in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
When you look up the Spanish, they had a system called the encomienda system, I think it was called. Right, and they had, and you can look it up, man. They had like, I think, over 50 different labels or more for, okay, this person's black, he's negro. This person's mixed, he's mulatto. This person is mestizo. This person is, you know, they had all kinds of different labels, man.
Yeah.
That just bugged you out, you know. And it's into this present state where you people are into this color ideology now, right? How there's 5 different colors on the planet. There's a black people, there's a black race, there's a yellow race, there's a white race, there's a red race, and there's a brown race, which is bugged out in its entirety, man. You know, and that's going into Isaiah, what is that, 29 or 28, about the covering cast, right? This devil has cast a covering over all nations, man. You know, but there's remnants you can look up, like the Tamils, the Tamil Tigers, right? The Elamites over there. When you look up the Tamil flag, what do they have right on the flag? Elam. Certain nations, they have those little specks of remnants of who they are. But for the most part, there's a covering cast over all nations, man. You got Moab, you know, oh, I'm a yellow man. The hell are you talking about, man? I never see nobody yellow except somebody that has liver failure or got hepatitis.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only time you turn yellow.
Yeah.
You know,
Con.
that's all part of this New World Order, the brother's saying. And that New World Order was really established when? What year was that New World Order established?
Shoot.
Who's the person? What was the name of that person? Adam Weishaupt.
Right. Adam Weishaupt. Yeah.
What year was that? 1776, May 1st. Right?
Right.
That's why that's a significant date.
Right.
You know, but go ahead, Al.
Con.
I was just going to mention real quick to the point of what the elder just mentioned as well. In regards to that. 1 second there. Let me just pull that up. Slovakia.
The precept?
Yeah, I had it. No, go ahead. Because I was just going all over the place here.
Okay, I'll go back to
go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spirit's firing off.
Yeah, perfect.
Live rounds.
And it says here, so back in the article, it says, in recent years, we have seen, I read that. It says, going on now, in a disturbing development, the globalist elite are claiming that water is not a human right. And the world's water supplies must be privatized and controlled by the elites. Right? The world.
Hold on. This man's going to tell you a necessity of life is not a human right. You know, the scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach, right? The essential, necessary things, and roughly paraphrasing, is wine, water, raiment, clothing, right? That's one of the necessities only. Your body's 3/4 water, man, or more. This man's going to tell you it's not a human right.
Yeah.
Wow.
This man's anti-life.
It's funny, that word, beautiful point, brother. It makes sense what they're saying, but when you go into that word human, it also means slave. It's like he's saying that's not the slave's right. Same thing, but that's how proud and wicked these people are.
It also means monster.
Okay.
The word human, the Black's Law Dictionary.
Yeah, it's interchangeable.
Gone.
Interchangeable.
Lacking human rights.
Yep, that's the point. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I'll quickly get that precept quoted.
Mark, can I bring this out?
Give me 2 seconds here. Hold that. Let me just bring this out real quick because he quoted it. Yeah. That's actually a really good precept. Sirach 39, it is in 26. And it reads, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water. That's the first thing it names. Fire.
Principle, hold on. Principle means what? Principle means first.
Right.
Right. Yep. Just like when protein, your brothers are working out, you need to grow muscle. What do you need? Protein. What does protein mean? Protein goes back to principle, the first. Because your DNA contains protein, amino acids. You know? So it's at the first. So that first is that water, man. You can only go how many days? About 3 days without water?
Right.
Or about a week?
Yeah.
You can go like 3 to 4 plus weeks without food. You know? I think up to 3 months without food.
Yeah.
You can,
as long as you're getting water.
Yeah. And it says the principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt.
Hey, because fire, what does fire do? Purifies, it warms, it cooks, it does all kinds of things. All right, but that water, man, your brain has water. Don't you know if you don't have certain water, your brain shuts everything off. You know, so it contains a last amount of water until you basically just die. That brain needs the water. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. It says flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
Yep.
That's
so
what
that shows you what? That shows you this man, he turned the good. Let's start with the water. What did he do? He polluted it.
Yeah.
Fluoride, a
Yeah.
bunch of antibiotics and a bunch of other madness in there,
Con.
right?
Yeah.
Flour. What does he have? He has white flour, bleach flour, right? Or he has white sugar, or bleach salt. You
Con.
know.
Con.
So all these things are good for the godly, because the godly will use them righteously. But the wicked, what's the wicked going to do? He's going to corrupt.
Yeah. That's right. Right. And these are necessities, right? These are not things that you should be baited into taking, okay, or receiving under harsh conditions, because that's what this devil is getting ready to do with these necessities, is hold and herd all these necessities to himself. And if you want any of these, you have to partake of his system, you know, and that's evil, man. So going back, Ashar, you had a precept, right?
Oh yeah, this is Ephesians 6 and 10. And it reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of this evil." Right, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that goes into this guy you just mentioned it, right? Because we going against these people, and all they doing is like the elder just said, they're going against scriptures, they're corrupting everything pretty much on the planet Earth, right?
Yeah.
So they're going contrary to the Heavenly Father, right? And they're supposed to be the chosen ones, right? So if you're the chosen one, why are you going to do this to the rest of the world? Because they don't like you. And most of you Christians, most of our people, they look up to these people. Like there's some sort of power.
Yeah, and brothers got to take into account, just like our brothers send up curses every night and send up curses on the high holy days. You don't think these people have your photo send curses to you,
Yeah.
send demons to you, man?
That's right.
These people are cursing you, man. They're doing pentagrams. There's sacrificing. Oh, I'm gonna curse Apostle Tahar. I'm gonna curse Elder this. I'm gonna curse Bishop that.
Con.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's why it says there's no enchantments against Jacob, which is the elect. Dealing with the elect first, because them 2/3, you're up. Hey, there's no hedge around you.
Con.
You know, you guys are just out in the wilderness with them demons, man. The brothers in the truth, we're carnal vessels, right? But we have what? We have the armor. We have the shield of faith. We have the buckler.
Yeah.
You know, as it says in the book of Ephesians,
There you go. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
we have these things to defend from these spiritual attacks.
That's right.
You
Because
know, because there are spiritual attacks, man. You think brothers think, oh, yeah, we're just cursing all this devil and the Rothschild, and no, man, these guys know who we are. You know, and they're sending curses to us as well, trying to cause disturbances in your life. You know, setting up your loved ones against you. You know, whatever this scenario is, right? There was a brother that had a dream about that years ago, right? He told me he had a dream where there's a witch. She was doing spells and ceremonies against our camp specifically, and he said he's seen a portal, and she sent out a bunch of demons, and they came after us. Basically, they came towards our direction. You know, a bunch of demons just came out of a portal, man. Right? So those things are happening because why? We're fighting what the brother just read.
Yeah.
Against principalities, we're breaking down strongholds.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians, I think it's 11 and 14.
11 and 14.
Yeah.
Come on, 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And it reads, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
And we're not talking about a spiritual demon, Satan. We're talking about its physical counterpart. All right. Which is you so-called white people, you Edomites, right? You're pretending that you're the one that has this knowledge and this truth and this understanding. And if you want to fare well, in this world when they seek, directions from you, all right? But we're onto you, right? And it's basically what the Lord's put a hedge around us so we don't fall for all your machinations, right? All your trickeries, all your guiles, right? So you Rothal, you Oppenheimers, we call your name, but who was the main puppet master, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, so the Most High has got this. And as long as we keep our eyes on the prize, right, and stay loyal to your Heavenly Father, you got no hold on us, man.
Yeah, it was already written for them to lose.
Con.
Yeah.
That's in that one.
Con. So going back here, it says, in the article, it says, now in a disturbing, I read that already. The World Economic Forum is teaming up with the UN to set its sights on seizing control of the world's water supplies and holding humanity to ransom. Right? And then it says, the World Economic Forum and the UN have ordered world governments to prepare to ration people's water supplies as part of their Great Reset agenda for humanity. Right? And it says the globalist organization are hosting a conference on water in New York as a part of the UN quest to accomplish its 17 sustainable development goals. A list that if fully achieved and enacted, will give the global elitists total control over all humanity's activities. Right? So they're basically slowly, rounding up the necessities of a man's life and heaping it onto themselves so they can have full control. Because contrary to what some other camps might teach, is that this man's going to force you to take the MOTB physically, and that he's not going to. He's going to put you in a condition, all right, in a dire situation. You're going to be in a dire situation where if you're not of the elect and you don't have the gift of faith, you're going to take this man's MOTB. All right?
Psalm 17.
Con. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
17 and 1?
Start at 13.
Psalm 17 and 13, and it reads, arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
So all these things that we were mentioning, like the lack of water, lack of bread, lack of whatever it is, that's it's called like food can be used as a weapon, right? Yep. We know the Most High Esau is his sword, right? So we as elect men are praying to Yahweh Shai that this man don't get his hands on us. So asking us to put a hedge around them and protect us, right? And disappoint them, because really and truly they're not worried about the 2/3. The 2/3 is easy work for him. What he wants is to stop this truth from getting out. Like these videos, he don't like us putting these videos up. That's a lot of brothers like putting the videos up, all getting like technical difficulties sometimes, because he's a spirit of the air. Okay, so we got to send these prayers up and ask the Most High to remember us, right, and to disappoint the wicked, right.
And that's the key point here in the last part of the verse, is that these devils. That's what you Israelites need to, like a lot of you Jakes, right? A lot of you brothers that are sincere have to understand that these devils, as wicked as they are, these are the Most High's sword, man. He's using them. So this is coming really from the Heavenly Father.
Fun.
Okay. That's right. I was thinking about that the other day, because the apostles were saying about how, back in the day we used to teach about the famine and how it's, there's going to be lack of bread. But then Apostle Tahar said, in his mind, he's like, it's hard for him to see it back then, because he said he's talking about the Midwest, about how there's fields of corn and fields of food. Right. So he's like, how's it going to happen? But now we're seeing it, and all these different things, the climate change, spoof, the, all these different things, they're being manufactured by Esau. So the Most High, the Most High is the master chess player. At one point, he's using his sword that he created Esau to do these things. At the same time, that's inflating this devil's mind, into thinking he's so great,
Right.
and that's him doing it,
Wow.
and that's going to make him more proud.
Con.
And the Most High, when he comes back, through his son and the angels and the elect,
Mm-hmm.
that makes that so much more spectacular because he's so proud.
Right.
Mm.
That's
You
right.
know? It's gonna be
Obadiah
beautiful,
1 3. Beautiful.
Con.
Wow.
And
Wow.
listen, that's what you're saying, Elder. This mark, even though it's called the mark of the beast, ultimately it's the Most High's mark, right? But it's a mark for the 2/3 and the heathens, right? But in Esau's mind, he knows the scriptures. It says he causes all, not knowing the Most High as a division. The all doesn't include the elect, right? He causes all outside the elect to receive that mark.
Yeah. Verse 14, and it reads,
Hold on, brother. Let me just read this because it brought up a great point. All right, it's powerful because food as a weapon. I just want to read this thing that I have right here because it goes into what the elder just mentioned and what Brother Kazak mentioned in regards to what the apostles are saying, right, in spirit and in truth, because you have to see it. It says here, food as a weapon, providing or withholding food during times of conflict can be just as potent as a weapon as guns and bombs and explosives. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article, okay? Let me just, because you can look this up, you folks at home, right? But it says, right, a major focus of Marshall plans, right? So what I'm saying is, it says the major focus of Marshall Plan for Europe in the Second World War was to prevent the kind of starvation and social upheaval that followed World War I. So the point is they were doing this from before, and their plans were always far-reaching, this proud man.
Well, they did it with Gad,
right? But
right? When you look up the
anyway, that's the point.
the
Go ahead.
buffaloes, right?
Yeah.
The buffalo massacre, right?
Con.
They had a whole mountain of buffalo,
Mhm.
Con.
and then you can look up the buffalo. They used every part of the damn buffalo, man. They used every part of it for some use,
Wow.
right? But specifically for a food source. So Esau's like, okay, we're just gonna take out their food supply,
Right.
And that's what they did in
Beautiful.
in
Now,
Masada,
there's a feral pig problem.
right?
Brother.
When they cut our people off in the Battle of Masada, right? They
Mhm.
let in food come in.
Yeah. Hey,
The only
Shalom.
thing
bro.
left was humans and pigs to eat.
Shalom.
Anyway,
So
Shalom.
wow.
Yeah. Let me
Quick
get hold on. Let me get this precept real quick. Ecclesiastes. Oh, let me finish up this precept before we move on. What was it? Isaiah?
You could go bring it up.
Yeah.
Psalm 17 and 13.
Psalm 17 and 14. It says, "From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life."
So that's what we know. It's speaking of a nation of people, right? Mainly you Amalekites, because you're the head tribe of Esau, right? You're the one with the most power, right? You're the most highest sword right now. Okay, you low level Edomites are nobodies, but what? You're from a wicked seed. So all in all, you're the same, right? If any of you low level Edomite was in the same position as Russia, you're the same goddamn thing, right? Because you're made to be the wicked.
That's right.
And it says, "And whose belly thou filleth with thy hid treasures." That's exactly what the elder just basically explained, because when you go into the scriptures, the word belly can refer to a man's mind,
Con.
right? So he's at the same time he's allowed these devils to collect all these resources, and it's building up their pride just so it can get shot down, man.
And the treasure is going into the elect, right? Because we're the one that has it on his mind, right? To do all these wicked things too.
First and foremost.
As a priest will go into, and it'll go into.
And it says, "They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes."
That's right, because that's why they have thing where they pass on their generation wealth, right?
Mhm.
Everything passed on to their great grandson. That's why I think called old money, right? And Jake's not in a position. Well, most Jakes, like, you have the one-offs, right? But most Jakes don't have that luxury of passing anything down. They don't understand how credit works.
Well, they get old dead,
God.
That's true. That's true.
you know.
And if Jake gets credit, Jake fucks it up.
Yeah, they crash test dummy,
yeah.
crash out,
Yeah.
all the time.
you know, because they're not taught what money is, how money works.
Yeah.
So you got that guy, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He's talking about, oh, you guys just stock up liabilities, basically. Right? Every time you get money, you get liabilities. You don't get investments or assets or whatever, you know, things you can flip,
Got
you
it.
know. But anyway, this whole place is going down anyway, so we're not telling anybody to invest in this shithole. This bitch is done. Stick a fork in her.
Yeah, because the new currency is gonna be the C-hip. You know?
Yeah. I got this quick precept. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 12, and it reads, For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net. And that's what this whole Jacob's trouble is basically. That's what they're setting up, man. They're setting up these global elitists, which are getting their orders from these elite banking families of the world. They're setting up a net, okay, to trap the whole world, and they want to trap the elect.
That's
In
right.
their mind, they think they're going to be able to trap the elect. All right. And it says, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time. And that's what's exactly happening, man. We saw a foreshadowing of that with the CVID, okay, and that was light, that was soft, really, compared to what the Lord's getting ready to bring now this time around. Because
Yep.
no, I'm just gonna say, because with this misery or crisis, that was a biological crisis. Now we're going into a financial crisis, which is going to be comprised of many crises within it. Okay? You're going to be dealing with situations without your money.
Mhm.
How do you
Which to be honest, we can be dealing with a plurality of crises,
right?
right?
Yeah.
We can be dealing with poly crisis, not mono,
That's the word.
right? So you can have a financial, because Fauci said it, Gates said it. He said, look, we're gonna have another pandemic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and, you know, they're saying it might not be in your lifetime, it might be in your kid's lifetime, but it's gonna be in this lifetime, man. So they gotta hurry up. They think that, you know, they're trying to play it off like they got time. They ain't got no time.
Anybody has Job 20 or no? After?
I'm thinking of that Job 2 as well. That's why, because it said
Job 20. I got
about he shall fall into the pit which he had made.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I got it. And after Amaf's after his precept.
Fine. I'll just finish this up then. It says, "So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them." Right. Yeah, Khan, that was it.
Okay. Job 20 and 4.
Mhm.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds,
Mhm.
yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right? So even though they're planning on having this whole NWO, you know, and basically, you know, have the whole earth, you know, under their domain, they want to have everybody C-hip,
Mhm.
you know, and they want to basically kill billions of people, you know, according to the whole, according to the according to the Georgia Guidestones,
Khan.
that. So, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he, man?
Mhm.
So yeah, even after this whole World War III, right? Because there's going to be a World War III, and there's going to be a nuclear war. You know, there's going to be a dark winter,
Mhm.
right? So you know, so there's going to be a total destruction, and you're going to have to rebuild, man. You know, back everything what you have taken from the earth. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Say that he'll vomit up the riches.
He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which the eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Yeah.
Neither shall his place any more behold him.
Khan. And that shows you when you brother, that shows you when you see here, he shall fly away as a dream, and he shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. So like you have, you know, Esau says you have so many dreams at night, and sometimes you have dreams that you remember, sometimes you have dreams you don't remember. Esau and his society, the Lord is gonna, Yahweh Shai is gonna destroy his rulership, take his rulership so swiftly. It's gonna be like a dream when you get into the kingdom and you see his destruction and how swiftly the scriptures talk about a besom of destruction. You know, that's gonna take out certain parts of the world, which is the missiles, right? But even with the elect rounding up these elites, right, in their bunkers. Right, it's going to be a swift destruction that's coming for Esau, and then he's getting, like the elder said, he's going to be put into slavery. He has to rebuild what was destroyed.
It said, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. So even though Esau, he does his charity works, his philanthropist works, and all that, you know. Like you guys are just hypocrites, man. You know, and you're acting like you're helping our people, but you're not helping our people, man.
So,
You know,
His
I
bones.
did.
Go ahead. Yeah,
you're good, bro.
his bones are full of the sins of his youth, which
You don't like
shall
this.
lie down with him in the dust. No, go ahead, Doc.
So it's basically inside out dirty, man.
Yeah.
Or from the bones up, right? Every part of this man is
Go
permeated.
ahead,
wicked.
brother. Speak if you can speak. Can you speak?
Can you hear me?
No, I think it's delaying on Malak's side, so he's just catching everything after.
Yeah,
So
we could get you. We could hear you. His thing moving kind of slow.
yeah, go ahead, bro.
Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, because you have Donald Trump, right? He said, you know, the blacks, you know, like he's gonna say, he's saying, you know, that the so-called Negroes are the ones who built up this country, which he's right, all right. But we know that you're Edomite, man, and you have a lot of crimes and blood on your hands, man, because you touched the anointed, because you have touched God chosen his people, man. You know, through the miracles, man. You know? Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, and it is it is the gall of ass within him. He hath swallowed down riches and hath vomited them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. Right? So even though Esau, they're gonna have these a lot of precious resources under these underground military bases or wherever they're located, you know, like they're gonna have to give back everything what they have stolen, you know, from the Israelites, you know, and from the world, because all these mineral resources and stuff, it was created for us, right? You know, like for the elect, right?
It is. They got a term out there, right? You can look it up. It's called biopiracy, and it's basically Esau stealing all the tribes. You know, Judah, Benjamin, Asher, Gad, Reuben, all the knowledge that they have of herbs or natural anything like that. Esau, you know Esau. He goes amongst them, learns, and then he comes back and then he commercializes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called biopiracy. So he's just sucking you dry, man.
Sure.
You know, he's a leech.
You know, like even Esau goes under the water. Like I see in Lake Ontario, right? I live close, I live close by the lake, but like these guys go under the earth, like, and they get some precious like old like coins, like gold or whatever, silver. You know, he's a real leech, man.
Hey, brother, let me go back to this article real quick.
Go on.
This is this says here, natural resources crisis, including water and food, come within the top 10 biggest risks for humanity in the coming decade. The World Economic Forum wrote, and it says here, this is a quote. This is a quote from the World Economic Forum. It says, "It's clear that we need to rethink our approach to how we can best allocate and value water." The World Economic Forum wrote, "How can we share the cost of preventing or mitigating droughts and floods exacerbated by global warming?" And that's this whole climate change, global warming. It's just covering cast, man. It's just something that they're using to keep people, what's it called, entertained, if for lack of a better term.
Yeah, basically distracted.
Distracted.
You
Yeah,
know, they got you in a frequency of fear,
that's right.
and they're your savior, basically. You know,
Exactly.
that's what they call. They have a term called yellow. What's it called? Yellow journalism, I think. And that goes into how, the news, they always have a fear edge, like, oh, this is happening, this, oh my God. And, people are all bugged out, but who's the safety net? The government, right? ESOP.
I have a quick precept. I have just one verse.
Come
This is Mark 16 and 18. It says, they shall take up serpents, and they shall drink any. It's not that. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hold on the sick, and they shall recover. So even though Esau, he plans on like destroying the water system and all that stuff, man. Like the elect is gonna be saved, right?
John, the coverage. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. It says here, this is where this water conference is leading. The globalists won't quit until they grab all power from all people across all nations, even if they have to do it one drop at a time.
Hey, and it's like in the 90s, and in the 90s and early 2000s, they weren't talking about climate, global warming. They were talking about a global cold, a cool down. They were talking about an ice age, man.
Right.
They had magazines, Time and Old, the global cool down. So they just play up and down with you people, man. Just like they have conservative, Democrat, liberal, conservative, Republican. They just play you people, man.
Yeah. God. And it says,
Beautiful point. I found it for you real quick. Yellow journalism. So lucky, brother. Yeah, I got to bring it out because it's important. Because we're going back and
you could look at this guy
being discussed. But it says here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
Go
ahead.
Associated papers that present little or no using eye-catching headlines for increased sales.
Are you guys hearing that?
Yes.
No, you got to say it again.
Do you hearing that?
You got to say it again, Malak. You kind of cut out.
Yeah, we could hear. I could hear.
Go ahead, say it again.
I cut out terms for journalism associated with newspapers that present little or no legitimate, well-researched news, while instead using that yellow journalism, right? And what is at hand right now is this very topic. But as other brothers mentioned, over here and highlight everything else, but it's all headlines. But really, he's just wicked. Just thought I'd bring that out real quick.
Okay, so whoever's listening on the comment board and they know what
Anyway, that's the point. Go ahead.
speaking about is yellow journalism. That's what Elder brought out. So there's a delay in the speech. So you can look up yourself. Yellow journalism.
Con.
You see, if you look at this guy,
Yep,
like
beautiful.
Carl Schwab, this guy looks like he's on heavy drugs. Look at his lips, man. look at he looks like stoned, man.
Mean mugging.
Hey, well, he told you guys, right? He said pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a cyber attack.
These guys are
A
on some
global-
different drugs, man.
Global cyber attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys are out of their
Drugs.
mind. They're out of their mind.
Yeah, well, they're really in their mind because they're perfect in wickedness.
Man,
Yeah, they're perfect devils.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just a little bit more, and I'll get a couple more precepts. It says here, at a time when inflation has gone double digits, food production plants are burning down, the supply chain is in crisis, and food shortages are on a horizon. We now understand that the elites are making moves behind the scene to seize control of the planet's water.
that's right.
So,
So
yeah.
it's the Most High that's doing that, man.
Con.
Right? And so we say all praises to the Most High because we know what we're seeing prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. Right?
Sure.
Just giving us basically a time schedule like where we are in prophecy. Right? So we're not worried about this stuff. We implore it. We implore you, Esau, keep going.
Yeah. That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, that was basically it. If brothers are interested,
Oh, quick percent.
I have a precept.
if brothers are interested to go even more in this article, I'm gonna put it in the description. But yeah, go ahead, Ashar, and then
I have a scripture after.
Khan.
Because we're going into the kings, the leaders of this place, and we know they usually get together and come up with their own ideas, to kill the rest of the world, to kill the Israelites. So this is Micah 2:1, and it reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When their mourning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." And that's why they always have these meetings that they don't allow media to go there, meetings that they fly in the private jet. They don't even have to go to customs, people that we don't even know their names, right? And it says, verse 2, "And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." It says in verse 3,
Khan,
Therefore-
and slack it, bro. And that's what's coming, man. This man's gonna come down and basically put the clamps on you wicked Jakes, man.
On the tribe, on all of us.
Yeah, on all of us. But
Yeah.
the elect are gonna be covered, man.
Yeah.
No matter what Esau brings down towards the elect, they're gonna be covered. Whether it's the Lord put the spirit on them to die in righteousness, or they're gonna evade certain situations. But this man's gonna use his military to really crack down on you Jakes and the rest of the world.
God.
So, like a brother, how can it not be Esau that's the one masquerading as the wicked? You don't see the Chinese call themselves in the Jews or the Indians. They tell you that there are some Indian Jews and some Chinese Jews, but in a whole, that nation that's doing so, the only nation that's masquerading as somebody else is the so-called white man.
Mhm.
Right. So this prophet is just making him bare. Right.
Sure.
It's put him out there on Front Street.
That's right.
Right. Covered fields.
Yep.
Like every continent, this man has put his name on it. Like Scipio Asiaticus is where they named that so-called Asia after. That's Scipio Africanus,
The Roman general.
a Roman general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Verse 3,
I have Job 5 after a war.
Khan.
I mean,
Says that, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which you should not remove your necks, neither should you go hardly. Is that right?
Yeah, heartedly. Yep.
Hardly for
Basically
this
means to be
evil.
prideful. Basically means to be prideful and and arrogant.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord is sending out death threats, man. All right, and He's going to fulfill his death threat. Just read Obadiah 18.
Yep.
Khan. That's right. Does it on
Yep.
that as well?
this is Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yeah, that's the 7 trumpets, right?
Khan.
The 7 trumpet is, we know, the missiles, man, when it hits.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, so all those other plagues, like you were saying, Ahmad, you know, the men, they're gonna be amongst them and go through them, but they're gonna be preserved, man.
Khan.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
In
That's right.
famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Though
Yeah, even in, so it says
because hold on, you have a lot of swords out here. You have people that stock ammunition and guns. You know, you're gonna have all kinds of weapons out here.
yeah,
I'm talking about when lawlessness occurs, right?
right.
Because there's a term that between transitions, unless it's like a coup d'etat right away, but usually sometimes when you have a transition of kingdoms, you have, you know, the initial kingdom, and then you have a state of anarchy, right? During a state of anarchy, there's lawlessness, there's ravishing, there's killing, there's murder, there's stealing, looting, and that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a state of anarchy until the Lord comes and establishes order.
it's gonna be like that movie,
Right.
The Children of Men. I remember I remember Jeremiah, he gave me that movie to watch. I was like, holy shit. And it happened, it's really those times.
Yep. And why do they call it children of men?
Yeah.
They know who they're talking about. These other nations.
Yeah. And even I was watching a thing on on the group chat, right? And there was like some Jake, and they have like the Rambo knife or the like some big knives, you know, over there in the UK, and like that's their sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're stabbing up people. So that's gonna come here, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, you got a lot of mentally unstable people. They're gonna live out their fantasy. What do you think Purge is about?
The
They
Purge.
made 3
That's
purges.
one of my favorite movies.
They made how much? 3 or 4 purges? The
Yeah,
people loved it. They couldn't wait for the next purge to come out. They wanted to go see the first day it came out. Why? Because a lot of these people, they actually want to live out that shit.
Scream.
yeah. That's
Scream 4. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. It said, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine, thou shalt at destruction and famine, thou shalt neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Hey, Slakia, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. That's going into this man's laws. Because there's a scripture that mentions that his tongue walketh throughout the earth. You know,
right.
so he writes these laws, and what he says is decree, is law. So a lot of these laws are going to come out. The brothers, we always tell you, you're going to be outcast. You're ready to be an outcast, right? You're ready to live the pilgrim life.
You watch that movie Demolition Man. It shows you that.
Yep.
I remember growing up. I remember watching that as a young child, man. And I thought it was just a movie, but this is real life, man.
Yep.
You know, like they show you that with the whole predictive, that
Programming. That's right. Yep.
You know, it says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shalt thou be at peace with thee.
Yeah, that's another thing people forget about is all these wild animals, man.
Man.
Yo, they're gonna have an unruly spirit on them from the Heavenly Father to take apart people, man.
I remember like a lot of the zoos. Like, remember, there's a whole bunch of zoos that has all kind of exotic animals. And
Brother, we live in Canada. Never mind the zoos.
yeah,
There's northern Ontario, west, east,
Yeah,
There's all kinds of animals. People forget about life, nature, right?
yeah,
That's why what's happening now in Toronto, you have a lot of coyotes and foxes. Like I seen a fox yesterday, big ass fox. But coyotes, you see them on a regular at night in the city, and
Mhm.
those are like small agitations. People are like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And they're tagging people. Those
Mhm.
are small things, man.
because
You're
they're
gonna have all
hungry.
kinds of different creatures,
Yeah,
man.
because they're not even getting fed, man. So they're,
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
and thou
You know?
shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy
Mm.
offspring as the grass of the earth.
Mm.
Right. So
Yeah.
even certain brothers don't have children. Some brothers do. You know, but just like you see when we're like when Yahweh sets us up, man. Like when he sets up his elect, like we're gonna have a lot of offspring, a lot of children, a lot of heirs.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely, man. There's so many planets out there, man.
2/3 gotta come back.
two-thirds gonna come back, and we gotta teach them. Or like or basically that the law is gonna be in them.
That's right.
As they're born.
Con.
It said, "Thou shalt come to thy grave in full age, like a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this we have searched it, so it is. Hear it and know that thou art for thy good." And that's pretty much the verse.
Con, man. So these things are supposed to build your faith, man. Knowing that these times are coming, that the Lord's bringing these evil times. Your faith is still supposed to be built up when you hear.
Isaiah 33. Yeah.
Yeah, your faith is supposed to be built up when you hear that we're going to be in the midst of these situations, and the elect are going to laugh.
Right.
You know.
And that's why we're building this spiritual ark. Well, not us. The Most High has built a spiritual ark, right, for His elect.
That's right.
Yeah, because
It's
even right now,
Noah's moved by faith. And by faith, Noah moves, and now we're being like Noah, man. Because what? We believe the report.
That's right.
This report, is as spiritual as it is. The Most High has given us that ears to hear and the eyes to see, right? That we're living in perilous times.
because remember, Esau's gonna come after us. He's gonna use his drones, his cameras. So we're gonna have to. The Most High gonna have to give us some spiritual power, man. Lord's will, because so that we escape all the certain situations, because it's gonna get that bad.
Yeah.
Hey, let me read this quickly. This is from the comment board, Shalom. This is a very good precept. This is Pillars of Benjamin, Psalms 128:3. It says, "Thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the sides of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table." Just going into how you mentioned about you read the scripture about we're going to be as grass,
Yeah.
spring forth.
Con. I got this quick precept. Slacker, you were gonna say something?
No, I'm saying that's pertaining into the kingdom.
Con.
Con.
That's right.
Yeah, not now.
Con.
Hey man,
We
brothers
got
like the brother said, you brothers that don't have kids, don't bear no kids, man. Don't plant no fields, don't plow no fields, man.
Don't do it.
pull up.
We're double strap, man.
A double.
Ecclesiastes 8:5, and it reads, "Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing." All right, and what's right now the main commandment? All right, Yahushua said, right, to love the Lord with all your heart, and then also to love your brother as you love yourself. Roughly paraphrasing. So this thing, you're supposed to receive this truth, get this truth, teach it to the nation of Israel, to the elect,
That's
and
right.
also live it out, man.
Didn't he say, "Go ye out in the highways and hedges"?
That's right. Con. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
Hey, because you have like Apostle Har yesterday on the highways.
Yep.
The spirit hit him about guys watching videos for 5-10 years, man. Oh, I've been watching you guys for 15 years. Shalom every fucking week. But what are you doing? You never came on the highways once.
Con.
Damn cheerleader.
Con. And it says, because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
Well, it just shows you what you said, Elder, that spirit of prophecy was not given them, right? That gives them faith, because we know Yahushua has a spirit of prophecy. So your brother here, once they heard this truth, the report, and they believed it, they were moved to what? You want to be in part of the brotherhood, because that word, the fire want to come out.
Yep. You were called to attention.
Con.
That's right, man. And it says,
And we're still plowing. Like, we're still plowing in the field.
Yep.
A lot of guys stopped plowing and they went back into the world,
Yeah.
So at least we're still trying to plow and
Right.
Gone, man.
That's right.
Yeah. And and it's a gift that we're able to still plow, because what has us going is our faith. We can see this happening in our head.
Hey, because it's not of our own will. Because there's things that happen to you in the truth. You take a lot of damage, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got the health. You got the health bar. It's just deteriorating. But that goes into what? That goes into Paul. Paul said, "Though my outward man perish daily, my inward man is renewed."
That's right. That's
You
right.
know?
And everybody has different testimonies. You could be in a testimony where you could almost die, but God spared you, or the Heavenly Father Yahushua spared you, so
Yeah.
there's levels of destruction, if you mess up or you do something.
Yeah. Chastisement. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
We'll see.
That's right. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. Right? And that's basically the majority of people out there. Okay, the majority of people out there, I'll say it like that, aren't aware of the time and the judgment that's to come. Right?
It's not
yeah.
Now, it's like, brother, stop here, because now you see what now everybody's talking about carnival, Jamaica, Trinidad, Brazil, they're doing carnival, so they're in the spirit of mirth.
Yeah.
Just like the days of Noah, right?
Yeah. Well, we're coming into the summer, and you know how people get when the sun comes out, man.
Yeah.
Right. And it says, for he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? Yeah, so no one knows their time of death. Right? Only the Lord knows when it's time for you to go, when he's going to take you back. Right? And it says, okay, your life is really lent. It's lent to you. We went into that a couple lessons back, that your life is actually lent to you.
Yeah, so we have to be we can't be proud.
That's right.
We always have to when we drive or you're walking down the street, that the Heavenly Father guide and protect us.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything could happen. Anything could happen to any one of us, right?
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
It says, verse 11, jumping down, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right. So, and then it says, so basically, you got a lot of people who are not aware of the judgment, that's the consequences of their actions, man.
That's right.
Starting with these Edomites, the elites of Esau, Edom, and they're going in, and like we said earlier, the Lord is just setting them up, playing chess with their minds, building up their pride, their confidence, just so he can take it down, tear them down. Right?
Even right now, to live in Ontario, throughout the GTA, for one bedroom is almost $3,000. So imagine if you have a family or whatever, and you want to buy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the cost of living. Never mind. Yeah, the rent, mortgage, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about bills, grocery.
Yeah.
Gas.
Gas.
Right.
Insurance.
The cost of living, man. That's a damn shame that I always say that because it's a damn shame to stress about the cost of living when living should just, you know,
You should
be
just
with your
live.
bare hands.
You should
know?
live.
You should make the way you live, like, you know, with your bare hands.
Con.
You know,
Yeah.
if you were a sluggard in the ancient world, how would you live?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
So
you wouldn't
now,
look good.
Yeah.
now there's a lot of car invasion, or a lot of car thefts.
Yeah.
You know, throughout Ontario, man,
Yeah.
because there's no jobs. So some people rather steal a damn vehicle and go sell it to Ghana or Nigeria and make money. You know, yeah, that's what's going on.
Con.
A whole bunch of madness, man.
Yeah.
It's Mad
Yeah,
Max.
That Maple Leafs dude, he got his Range Rover hijacked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carjacked.
Yeah. Yeah. Verse 12 and 13 is my last precepts. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. Right, because there's a scripture in the Maccabees, second Maccabees or first Maccabees, second Maccabees 6 and 12, and it tells you how the Lord deals with these other nations in comparison to Israel, starting with the elect. And what basically it says is that the Lord will only let Israel, starting with the elect, really the elect, only sin so far, and then, you know, he'll chastise them or do whatever to turn them back to the way. But these heathens, he lets them go on and on and on with sinning, even with 2/3, just to set them up with great judgment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then also you just mentioned about, you know, basically what David said about don't envy the wicked, though he sinned 100 times. Hey, the scripture in the Apocrypha says there is a sinner that hath good success. So
Right.
you see these devils, man, they got the best of the best. They got our women
Yeah.
that be looking beautiful,
Yeah.
right? These women look gorgeous, but
Yeah.
the Most High is showing you that this is all vanity.
Con.
Because in the kingdom, do you think you're going to remember the heights of this kingdom? The heights of this kingdom is going to be pond scum.
Con.
You know, the heights of this kingdom, you're not even going to remember. You know,
Gonna be on a higher level because you see what's going on. Like if you look at Dubai, you know, there's a lot of our women that's going over there, and the Arab man, or the so-called princes of the Ishmael, is doing whatever, you know, like to our women, you know, and just, you know.
hey, we're just vessels, man. These baddies, she's so gorgeous. These baddies, right? They're nothing, man.
Nothing.
There's going to be amazing women in the kingdom that are going to be feminine, comforting, you know,
No,
family guiding,
Yeah.
you know,
Con.
obey the patriarchy.
Con.
These women are anti-patriarchy in this kingdom.
Con.
Like, and we're gonna have a lot of virgins, you know,
Yeah,
like of our
pure
nation,
woman.
pure, yeah.
God, I'll finish this up. It says, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, including his kingdom, man, because he feareth not before Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? So, hey, man, the fear of the Lord is a precious thing, because that gives you understanding, and it's always mixed and mingled and linked to faith. Okay? But that's it for me. I don't know if brothers have any lasting statements or precepts.
Malak?
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kazak.
No, leave Malak. Malak.
No, you have a lasting precept or statement?
Okay, my thing's been going.
Kazak drew it out.
If we could continue, man, and do a 2-3 hour, but
Yeah, come.
We've been in spirit and truth, starting with the apostles and elders on down. If you just can go to that, can you hear me?
yeah,
You're breaking out though.
Yeah, you're breaking out, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. That's okay. Maybe we could post that in the comment. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna close this lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying to the whole full elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Bashem, Yahushai,
Hashem, Rakakadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and established his word in truth and sincerity. And peace and mercy to the whole full elect that are also pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And you little mountain sisters that believe as well, peace and mercy to you. So we're going to say Abad Babal.
Abba.
And Lord willing, to the next live, we're going to say Shalom to the whole full elect.
Shalom, full elect. And the brothers on the comment board, we see your precepts. We thank you for them.
Con.
You know, it's my brother want to get precepts in here, man. But thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
Con, absolutely. Water.
Yeah.
beautiful precepts.